James Gunn's Superman, the much-anticipated launch pad for the rebooted DC Cinematic Universe, the DCU, bursts onto the screen with boundless enthusiasm but struggles to find its footing. Aiming to wash away the brooding intensity of Zack Snyder's era, Gunn swings hard in the opposite direction, delivering a Man of Steel who's less a mythic titan and more a lovable, slightly awkward everyman. While the film's heart is in the right place, its frenetic pacing, overstuffed plot, and relentless whimsy keep it from soaring as high as it could. Rather than rehash Superman's well-worn origin story, Gunn drops us into the action 3 years after Clark Kent, a charismatic David Corenswet, has revealed himself as Superman to the world. Metropolis knows its hero, but the film suggests we've lost touch with what makes him special. This isn't a tale of Kryptonian beginnings, but a quest to rediscover Superman's moral compass in a cynical world. Gunn emphasizes Clark's humanity over his superhuman strength, portraying him as an earnest do-gooder whose unshakable optimism feels almost alien in a society riddled with distrust and division. The result is a movie that feels like a kaleidoscope of ideas, tones, and subplots, all competing for attention. On one hand, Gunn grounds the story in timely themes. Superman, an extraterrestrial immigrant, faces suspicion from a polarized public, while his nemesis, Lex Luthor, Nicholas Hoult, injecting sly menace into a thinly written role, manipulates fear with tech-fueled schemes that echo real-world media manipulation. On the other, the film indulges in cartoonish antics. Think mischievous robot sidekicks, a superpowered pup, and a shape-shifting hero named Metamorpho, a quirky highlight, that clash with its more serious aspirations. It's as if Gunn can't decide whether he's making a poignant character study or a Saturday morning cartoon. This tonal tug-of-war is most evident in the film's sprawling narrative. One thread follows a trio of corporate superheroes dubbed the Justice Gang as they wrangle a cuddly but destructive baby kaiju in Metropolis. Another pits Superman against a geopolitical crisis, with a powerful empire leveraging advanced tech against a vulnerable neighbor. These ideas are rich with potential but feel hastily stitched together, leaving little room for emotional depth or coherent world-building. Metropolis, a bland blend of Cleveland streets and generic cityscapes, lacks the vividness needed to anchor the story's stakes. What saves Superman from crashing entirely is its stellar cast. Rachel Brosnahan shines as Lois Lane, bringing sharp wit and quiet conviction to a role that's frustratingly underused. Her chemistry with Corenswet crackles, especially in a standout scene where Lois grills Superman about his role in global conflicts. This tense, heartfelt exchange captures the film's core question: can pure goodness survive in a messy world? And showcases Corenswet's ability to balance Kal-El's strength with vulnerability. Supporting players like Eddie Gathegi as Mr. Terrific and Skylar Gisondo as Jimmy Olsen add charm, though their subplots often feel like distractions from the main event. Gunn's knack for blending humor and heart, so effective in Guardians of the Galaxy, falters here under the weight of launching a new universe. The film's eagerness to be fun, complete with quirky needle drops and a squirrel-saving moment that feels like a wink at the audience, undermines its attempts to grapple with heavier themes. A late twist, meant to deepen Superman's arc, lands with a thud, and the action sequences, while colorful, lack the kinetic punch of Gunn's best work. Even the soundtrack, usually a Gunn strength, feels oddly out of sync, with one sequence set to an upbeat indie tune that clashes with the scene's tone. At its core, Superman wants to remind us why we love this character, not just for his power, but for his choice to be kind in a world that rewards cynicism. Gunn gets that part right, and when the film slows down to focus on Clark's quiet decency or his bond with Lois, it's genuinely moving. But the constant pivot to zany gags and overcrowded plot lines dilutes that emotional core. It's a movie so busy reacting to what came before and setting up what's next that it forgets to build a world we can believe in. For all its flaws, Superman isn't without charm. Its cast and occasional moments of sincerity keep it afloat, and Gunn's affection for the character is undeniable. But in trying to be both a lighthearted reset and a profound reinvention, the film ends up feeling like neither. Here's hoping the DCU's next chapter finds a clearer path to the stars. Celebrity Spotlight Radio gives a movie grade of C-. And remember, Superman opens from Warner Brothers Pictures on Friday, July 11th. See you at the movies.